So guys, if you want to be completely honest, I'm honestly recording this video at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I think my camera has like 12% left on the battery, so we're not gonna waste any time, bro. We're just gonna jump straight into this video, bro. Y'all see the title, bro, winners and losers of the 2023 NBA draft. And guys, typically I would start off with the winners in these types of videos, but I feel like we have to start off with the losers, and specifically the team that I feel like had the biggest L and the player that also had one of the biggest L's. Guys, we have to talk about the Toronto Raptors and also Grady Dick. You know, I'm not sure where the disconnect was. I'm not sure if he thought this was the NFL draft. I'm not sure if he thought he was about to play for the Dallas Cowboys or in the Super Bowl, even hockey. I'm not sure if he thought this was hockey. And I'm not even saying that I'm a fashionista or I have the biggest drip or anything like that, but can somebody please explain to me, what this was? I feel like the Toronto Raptors and Grady Dick in particular, we have to start off with them as the biggest losers in this draft. Let me know what you guys think about Grady Dick down below. But nah, in all seriousness though, shout out to Grady Dick and shout out to every single one of these players that recently got drafted. This is honestly the start of something incredible. This is the start of the journey. But honestly though, what's honestly crazy to me, and I feel like a lot of people don't even realize this too, is that a lot of these guys aren't even gonna be in the league like in a year or two. Like, think about it. Think about all the longevity types of players into this league. There's honestly not that many types of players. Look at how many role players are interchangeable. The only guys that are not interchangeable are those top tier superstar level type players. A lot of guys don't even play over 7 to 8 seasons in the league. I think the average is what, like 3 to 5 years in the league. So a lot of these guys that got drafted into this draft, I think only 58 players only got drafted into this particular draft. The NBA obviously only has 11 to 12 man rosters. So 60 players, 30 teams, 12 man rosters. Man, people don't even realize, bro, a lot of these guys are literally going to be in the G League. Some of these guys may not even get contract extensions. They're going to be playing overseas. Some of these guys are going to get traded. Like, people got to realize though, if you're watching this video and you got drafted, bro, please be grateful. Take advantage of this opportunity. Do not take this opportunity for granted, bro. Please, I'm begging you. This is literally just the start of something incredible. So please make the most of this opportunity. And also, another thing that I feel like is super important that I have to note is that, trust me, bro, I understand that the NBA has been or is going to, the NBA essentially is a shooting league. Steph Curry 2015, I feel like that's when the NBA really changed. Once Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, teams really made it a priority to obtain the best shooters into the league, and that really took away the big men into the NBA. Like, you can't even really name too many legit back down centers in the NBA. What, maybe guys like Steven Adams, I guess you can put a Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and that's honestly why I feel like there were some losers into this NBA draft, just because I feel like there was a ton of guys that players or teams could have drafted, but they went on to draft smaller type players. And I feel like that's the reason why the Denver Nuggets really won the NBA title, just because they have size. They have guys like Aaron Gordon, and in particular with Nikola Jokic, there's not a single player in the NBA right now that can literally guard Nikola Jokic. Like, this man, anytime this man Nikola Jokic went against Bam Adebayo or anybody on that Heat man roster, they pretty much exposed him. And that's where the league, I'm telling you, stamp this video, do what you gotta do, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro, the NBA is gonna go back towards a big man's league. And that's just what the NBA does. Usually whatever NBA team, especially a team like the Nuggets, where they just completely dominated everybody, swept the Lakers, killed the Minnesota Timberwolves, killed the Suns, and also the Miami Heat, teams follow. The Denver Nuggets have size, and I think a lot of teams could have used some size, especially into this draft. So like I said, there are going to be some losers that you may be surprised that I do pick about in this video, but nonetheless, you watching this video, I do want to know your overall opinions. I want to know, who do you personally feel like are the winners? Who do you think are the losers in this particular 2023 NBA draft? Do you think this is going to be one of the best in a long time? Do you think this is the best in the last 10 years? Get honest in the comment section down below. Yeah, with all that being said, guys, like I said, I don't got too much time. I don't want my camera to die. We're going to get straight into this video. So guys, boom, let's go and get straight into this video, and let's talk about the biggest winners and the biggest losers in this particular 2023 NBA draft. I feel like we cannot start this video off on this, especially on the winner side of things, without talking about the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, getting that #1 pick, that first overall pick in itself, is just a winner. I mean, we all know Victor Wembanyama was going to be that #1 pick, and I feel like we got to clap it up, man. It it really bring me joy the fact that this man Victor Wembanyama knew for the past 3 years that he was going to be the #1 pick, and he still cried, bro. To me, that's honestly crazy. That really shows you his passion for the game, that this man was really tearing up. You know, he had his family around him. But, you know, as far as the actual pick, this is a generational type of talent. We know what the San Antonio Spurs can do with their previous #1 picks. Guys like David Robinson, guys like Tim Duncan. And now you're going to add a guy like a Victor Wembanyama who is an alien, something that we have never seen before. Just the way that Victor Wembanyama carries himself. I'm honestly a believer, and I genuinely believe the only thing that can stop this kid is literally injury. He has the skill, he has the mentality, he has the size, he has literally everything. He's literally a creative player. That's how people honestly describe him. And I really do think the San Antonio Spurs will be a legit team here in the next few years. As far as expectations, I'm not unrealistic. I mean, this is the NBA. You got to think about it. The San Antonio Spurs, at the end of the day, they're in the Western Conference Finals. You got to think about it. Teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder did not make the playoffs. The Dallas Mavericks did not make the playoffs. The New Orleans Pelicans did not make the playoffs. And I know there's a lot of other teams that are going to be improving as well. So essentially, what 4 to 3 teams are not going to make the playoffs next year that the San Antonio is going to be one of those teams that make the playoffs? I don't think they're there, at least in this specific moment in time. I think they still maybe need a piece away, or they just need more reps in the gym. But maybe in a few years, they will be at that level. But as far as expectations for Victor Wembanyama, I can see him averaging, you know, somewhere between 21 to 24 points a game, maybe 11 to 12 rebounds, 3 or so blocks, winning the Rookie of the Year. The only way he's not going to win the Rookie of the Year is if he, like I said, gets hurt. But overall, I think we can't start this video off without talking about the San Antonio Spurs. They definitely took a dub in this draft. So another team that I feel like we have to talk about is the Houston Rockets. I mean, mainly with the fact that they got Cam Whitmore at number 20. Guys, if you've been keeping up with me, bro, I've been trying to tell people, bro, this kid Cam Whitmore, he has one of the highest ceilings in this draft. I think he was easily, everybody thought he was a top 5 talent. I'm not sure exactly what the disconnect was, or I think they were talking about he didn't have good workouts or his interviews were bad with a lot of these teams, which that's honestly tough. But I'm specifically talking from a talent perspective. I'm not sure exactly the fit of how he fits with the Houston Rockets with guys like Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green. You know, they got Josh Christopher. They just drafted Amen Thompson. I feel like they also got Tari Eason, if that's how you say it. They already have so many guard forward type players, so I really don't think they even needed a guy like a Cam Whitmore. I can see the Houston Rockets using him as maybe like a trade asset or something like that. But as far as the talent, you know, the talent, even Amen Thompson too, I don't think he honestly fits with that team, which is Jalen Green, KCP, or not KCP, Kevin Porter Jr. I'm not sure exactly how he fits with that team. I don't think it's a good idea to let your number 4 pick come off the bench. That's just my personal opinion. But like I said, as far as the talent perspective, I do think both of these players can definitely impact their team in a tremendous amount of ways, but who knows? They may be using both of these players as a trade asset to obtain somebody else. I know James Harden may want to come to this team. I'm not sure exactly how that fits with his timeline, especially if he's on his latter half of his career. And I'm pretty sure he's in a win now type mentality. But yeah, overall with the Houston Rockets, I got to give him a dub, like I said, just from a talent perspective. The Portland Trail Blazers, we have to give them the dub. I mean, drafting a guy like a Scoot Henderson, who I personally think is going to be their next franchise leading type player. You add another guy like a Chris Murray, who's gonna be a great rotational piece for this team, and then you add another guy like a Ryan Rupert, if that's how you say his name. I would honestly give them an A just because of the types of players that they drafted. Like I said, you add a superstar player like Scoot Henderson, the fact that they are going to be training Dame, or at least I hope they trade this man Dame, bro. Dame is really my favorite player. If you know me, bro, Miles, if you're watching this video, bro, you know I've been trying to tell you, bro, Damian Lillard is one of the most underrated, underappreciated players in the league. Put this man anywhere else, bro. I guarantee you, if Damian Lillard goes to the Miami Heat, bro, I'm telling you right now, call it right now, clip this up, do what you need to do. They are winning the NBA title. If Damian Lillard goes to the Philadelphia 76ers, they're winning the NBA title. If he goes to the Milwaukee Bucks, honestly, bro, any team this man Dame goes, they're winning the title. So yeah, the fact that they did draft Scoot Henderson, that tells me, like I said, they might be moving away from Dame. I mean, they got Anthony Simons too. They got Shaedon Sharpe. They drafted Ryan Rupert. There's no reason why Damian Lillard should stay on this team. But yeah, as far as the actual draft picks, we got to clap it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Some underrated teams that I feel like also took some dubs. I definitely love the Utah Jazz. I love what they did with their picks, drafting Keontae George, who's a prolific scorer, another Donovan Mitchell type player who has that size, who's, I think he's like, what, 6'4", 6'5", but he's a lot stronger. He can shoot the ball, especially whenever he's in that mode. You add another guy like a Taylor Hendricks, who's a prolific 3-and-D type of player, who's super underrated too. People, I feel like he doesn't really have that like social media clout or anything like that. But as far as the actual player, Taylor Hendricks, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes top 3 in the Rookie of the Year voting. And then you add another guy like a Bryce Sensabaugh. I'm not sure exactly how you say his name, but overall, I'm a huge fan of the Utah Jazz. I love what they're doing. Finally found their cornerstone with Lauri Markkanen. Not sure what they're going to be doing with Colin Sexton. I think he's low-key overrated. You got to get rid of him. But, I mean, they got Keontae George now. Shout out to the Utah Jazz overall. I definitely like where their future is headed. Now, real quick before my camera dies, as far as the losers in this draft, like I said at the beginning of the video, I feel like this overall draft definitely has some depth, but there are certain teams that I definitely feel like could have used their pick a lot better. The Miami Heat and the Golden State Warriors, specifically with the Miami Heat, honestly the Golden State Warriors too. I feel like the Miami Heat, they needed size. There was some players that they could have drafted, guys like Noah Clowney, GG Jackson, just to name a few. There's so many different types of bigs that they could have drafted, but they decided to use that pick on Jaime Jaquez Jr., if that's how you say his name. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form he's not a good player, but as far as the fit and what the team actually needs, they need size, bro. They need size. There's no reason why they should have drafted a small forward if you're the Miami Heat. I get it. They like all those underrated players. They like 4-year players. They like undrafted type guys. I'm a fan of Jaime. I'm a huge fan. He's super underrated. He was super underrated at college, especially at UCLA. As far as what the Heat needed, I think they could have used that pick a lot better. I mean, same thing with the Golden State Warriors. They decided to use their pick on a guard. They literally just got CP3. You got Steph Curry already. You have Klay Thompson. You got Andrew Wiggins. There's no reason why you needed another point guard. I understand he can shoot the ball, but like I said, the league is headed towards bringing bigs back, bro. I'm telling you, I'm probably gonna drop a separate video to this. I think they needed the size. They should have drafted some sort of forward, some sort of center. They didn't need a point guard. That's just my personal opinion. We also have to talk about the Phoenix Suns. I mean, they have absolutely no draft picks in this draft. I mean, they traded all their picks for, I think, KD, Bradley, Bill. I also seen reports they have no ownership of their actual picks until 2031. Bro, it's literally 2023, bro. It's 2023, and they get no legit picks until 2031. Man, the Phoenix Suns, bro, they literally going all in. But also, real quick, I feel like some quick sleepers in this draft, guys like Emoni Bates, GG Jackson. Guys, let me know down below, what do you guys actually think about Emoni Bates going to the Cleveland Cavaliers? Guys, this was a guy who was supposed to be the next LeBron James. There was literally articles about this kid being the next chosen one, literally the next LeBron James, next Magic Johnson. He was the best prospect since LeBron James, and he fell down all the way down to the late second-round pick going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and now he's going to have to be a guy to come off the bench. I'm honestly still a believer. I would have actually drafted him first round. I think his offensive game is honestly just unmatched, especially in this type of draft. That's what his specialty is. His offense is there. I've seen it in so many occasions. I think he proved that on the collegiate level this past year. He's been proving it since he was in high school. I understand he's had, you know, hiccups, but who hasn't had hiccups? Who hasn't had bad games? This man, Brandon Miller I love Brandon Miller, bro. That's my guy. But he was trash in the NCAA tournament, bro. So does that mean, I mean, he was still a second overall pick in this year's draft. So I don't know why people just completely gave up on this man, Emoni Bates, but nonetheless, I'm a huge fan. Shout out to guys like Amari Bailey. He was a third overall. I think he finished third overall in his class whenever he was in high school. Fell all the way down to the second round. GG Jackson, who was the #1 player in the 23 class that actually reclassified up to start his career early, he got drafted to the second round too. So like I said, there's not too many losers in this draft in my personal opinion. I think this class overall, I think it does have a ton of upside. I feel like this class in particular has a lot of players that will be good rotational type players that can bring a lot to championship level teams, can help those young teams out. I think there's just a lot of maturity in these types of players. Guys, let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I'm pretty sure this video was like all over the place, but like I said, I had like 10% left on my battery. I wanted to record the video before it died, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. I literally want to go to sleep. But guys, let me know down below, who do you guys think are some winners, some losers? Drop some comments down below, subscribe to the channel, like the video, do all that fun stuff, man. I appreciate you if you're still watching this video. Comment down below if you made it to the end. Y'all have all this things to say. His video. Peace.